Welcome to the Public Speaking Experts Podcast with Elliot K. and Jose Ucar. Every week we bring the tips, tools, and strategies for you to become a world-class public speaker. We bring you guests, experts, and authorities in the field of public speaking to enrich you and enhance your public speaking journey. Remember to subscribe, rate, and comment. And now, please welcome your hosts, Elliot and Jose.
So my host appears to have changed and appear to have the Terminator. So for those of you who are listening to this, Jose is wearing sunglasses to the podcast recording, and he looks more like the Terminator than he does a public speaking coach.
The Powerhouse today.
Oh, I see. It's all to do with today's topic. I like what you did there.
There we go.
What is today all about, Mr. Powerhouse?
Today, it is all about just that powerhouse, having that attitude, that mental strength to go and get it, go and make it happen. No matter what happens in the process of you becoming a successful speaker or becoming even more successful, no matter what happens, you're going to use that as fuel to achieve what you want. An example, you're about to present, something goes wrong. The mental state that you're in is going to enable you to turn it around and profit from it in a way, or benefit the audience. Anything that happens, you're always going to be ready. That's a powerhouse attitude. That's what we want you to become, to carry with you, no matter what.
I love that. And now he's taking off his sunglasses.
I've just done it. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Love it. What a great theme. What a great theme we've chosen today. I think it's fantastic. It's having that relentless, that taking rejection and chewing up like a Mars bar and then spitting out. It's that beast mode mentality. Are you going to be a lion or a sheep? Are you going to be an insignificant number of the herd, or are you going to lead the herd? Are you going to step up, step out, and put yourself out there because the world needs you? That's what today's episode is all about. None of this, I'm a grass. You are a tree.
You are more giraffe.
What do you think? Exactly. You're a lion giraffe. You're a giraffe.
Exactly. Yeah, you are the giraffe. You are the giraffe. That's the best one so far. That's fantastic.
Lion giraffe.
Yeah. Let's trademark it.
That's cool. I think we should. How to be more giraffe. How to be a lion giraffe. I love it. I've just about come up with how to be more giraffe, and I've just invented a new brand. There we go. My name's Elliot Ken. I'm one half of the Public Speaking Expert Podcast. Woo! Today's all about being a podcast, and you're listening to, that was Jose, being the Terminator stroke powerhouse stroke introducer. So let's get down to it. Let's get down to business. Are you ready? Here we go. Ready? Jose, how does one become powerhouse as you had the sunglasses?
But the first...
You're just laughing. Is that how you become a powerhouse? You just laugh.
You laugh.
I don't think that's a very powerhousey route. I don't think that's a very powerhousey.
Well, I would say, just to push back a little bit, having that humor around things is very powerful, by the way. And not to say that you're going to be going with a smile without purpose, okay? So that's just how do you deal with things when they come your way. Do you take them in, you just decide, yeah, that's the end of my journey, and then you become very Jose in the past, Latin American with that disaster, dramatic time of approach, or you just laugh at it a little bit and decide, what am I going to learn from this? That would be the first tip. And the other one is super important. And we speak about this because when it comes to public speaking and anything in life, what is your purpose? And I'm going to say it again. You may have heard me saying it before. What makes your heart sing? What are your drivers? What wakes you up in the morning? Because that connection is going to determine what you achieve at the end of your day as a speaker. And no matter what happens throughout the process, you're going to succeed in your own way. And when I say purpose, I always like to highlight the purpose, not just for you, but for the people you're going to be speaking to. Remember, you are inspiring. You're taking people to change the way they think about things. You're getting them to take action. You're getting them to make decisions that benefit them. You're a positive influencer. That's just the beginning. Over to you, Elliot K. And by the way, I didn't even introduce myself. Did you intro yourself?
I introed me. I can't introduce, but you go on. Intro yourself. Go on.
Well,
go on, Papa.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to intro myself. I'm the Powerhouse. I'm a communicator and public speaker. Well, a communicator, of course, an international communicator, a multilingual communicator. That's why.
By the way, he's put his sunglasses on.
Exactly. By the way, yeah, just in case you don't know, you haven't noticed, I've got my sunglasses because that gives me a bit of power.
Well, you do remember people listening to this, right, as well?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for highlighting that, Elliot. And that's why I have you here. You're supporting the Powerhouse today. So thank you so much, my wingman.
I am.
No, you're not the wingman. What is it? You're my... What's...
Wingman's good. I'll take wingman. Go for it. Anyway, intro yourself, and this time I won't disturb you.
So I'm a communication and public speaking coach. I look, people, what I want to inspire people to do is just to take action and, never take no for an answer. I come all the way from Venezuela. I grew up there, but then I lived in Spain and I lived in the UK. And all of my life has been around traveling and presenting businesses, presenting myself. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because you can do the same. You can rock the stage anywhere, anytime. Whether you have an accent or whatever your life is, you can make it happen. And there are people out there that can benefit from this. That's a bit of a different introduction to me today, because I'm the Powerhouse and I want people to believe they can achieve what they want. And that's why we do this, Elliot K. What are you going to say about it? Are you going to say anything against me?
No, I'm not.
All
I'm
right,
too scared.
I'll be careful then. I'm going to take the sunglasses off and I'm going to become the sweet melodramatic.
You're not so scary with the sunglasses.
Exactly, that's
off.
it. I'm done.
So I know you jumped straight to the tips, but what would you say are kind of like the big challenges that people face to become powerhouses? I know obviously fear of rejection is a big one. Fear of judgment is another.
Fear of failure.
Also, into fear of failure, fear of bombing, doing something it doesn't work out. And of course, there's the time investment, to become a powerhouse, to become a powerhouse speaker, to be someone that gets out there and speaks a lot, whether you use it to market yourself or whether you use it to get paid, it is a time investment. I think a lot of people are unwilling to put that time into it. I think that's a big one as well. Any other things you can think about before we go to the tips?
Before we carry on with tips?
Elliot,
a great example is what we do on Clubhouse, just to illustrate it, what you just mentioned, that consistency every day. Because don't you think that sometimes we get tired of actually just being there every day? There are some days, we're a bit more excited. Sometimes we're
some
more
days, yeah, of course.
Absolutely. And yet we carry on doing it because we believe in what we're doing. We believe in the higher purpose of what we're doing. And it is a daily routine. Success, speaking or anything in life, it's a daily effort. It's that consistency that we've spoken about. So that is one thing. And what is it that you asked me? Because I just went straight for tips again. Oh no, I wanted to illustrate the point.
No, some of the challenges that people have around becoming powerhouses.
And that laziness.
Powerhouse is both yes.
Yeah, I want to speak a little bit about, we can become lazy because we are reluctant to change. Because change takes energy, effort, flexibility in our way of thinking, and it doesn't come natural to us. So being willing to change is just stretching the muscle on a daily basis. That's one of the challenges. Even for me, Elliot, sometimes something comes and, now I need to do all of that. Yeah, and that's what you're supposed to do on a daily basis if you want to stand out. And as Elliot likes to say, become more giraffe, to stand out, to connect, and to deliver your greatness like no one else.
Exactly. I love it. So, shall we do it?
Let's do it.
All right, tips time. Let's do this. So, I think this bolts on really nicely onto what you said there, Jose. It's find your drive, find your purpose, know why you're doing what you do, right? We've all got a calling, and it doesn't have to be, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Gandhi type calling. It can be, but it doesn't have to be, right? So figure out what you stand for. And know that you stand there with certainty. And when you know you stand in it with certainty, you're able to take what comes your way, whether it be good or bad as well. Know the reason why you started. And of course, when you become a voice for a cause or a movement and you stand for something, no one can knock you off your perch. Come from passion, right? Be persistent. And of course, always work on the ability to deliver in an impactful manner wherever you speak, to whoever you speak to. You've got to be able to switch it on in a way that hits the message home. right? And the last thing I want you to think about is who is your audience? Not the last thing. The last thing I'm going to say before I hand it over is who's your audience, right? Who's going to benefit from hearing your talk, your message, your story, right? Of course you will, but it's about elevating the audience to being the hero. So again, when you're becoming that powerhouse speaker, that powerhouse person that goes and gets it, who are you going after and why? Jose, over to you.
Powerful, Elliot K. Powerful tips to become a powerhouse. Another one, speak from the heart. And we tend to share this when we speak about storytelling as well. So speak from the heart and make sure you're speaking from a healed scar and not an open wound. That's one I would like to share, because then the power within is going to be the right type of power, if you know what I'm saying here. Okay, you don't want the people, unless you really want people to feel sad about what's going on and everything else, and then you may lose control about your delivery. So when you are in a position of power, authority, this is what I'm talking about, speaking from a healed wound, a healed scar and not an open wound. Show people how serious you are about this. And when I say serious, it's not like, you come because I'm not very serious. It's just how serious, committed you are to your cause. How much are you working on your craft on a daily basis? And sometimes, yes, share it. Use social media to share everything that you're doing to inspire others to take action. Because people tend to look at the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, Elliot is a powerhouse, Jose is a powerhouse, somebody's a powerhouse, but they don't see everything that's underneath, everything that they've done in order to get to that point by working hard on a daily basis. It's hard and smart, because I don't believe in just working smart. Jesus Christ, I mean, there's some sweat and tears in here. And finally, know your value.
A lot of sweat and tears.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of sweating. And the final one, Elliot, I would like to share is know your value. Know how much you're worth, how much you work in order to be where you are today. Even working around money, if I start working out how much money I spend to be where I am today in terms of investing in myself and my travels and everything else, we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. So, know your worth and know what you've got to offer. I think those are powerful. How about you, Elliot? Anything else you want to share at this point?
No, I think we could do a couple more, but I think very powerful. And remember, if you want to find out where you stand as a speaker and how influential you are, just go on to www.speakerexpress.co.uk and do the online assessment, and you yourself can find out where you are in terms of the powerhouseness. I think that, you could do that. So just go to speakerexpress.co.uk, click on the online assessment, and we will give you your personalized score as well as a report of how you can improve. Jose, what is it today? Coffee? Or world-class communication?
No, let's do coffee. Let's do coffee. Definitely DM me the word powerhouse, and I'll send you a link for a quick virtual coffee just to show you what you can achieve as you start becoming that powerhouse. Powerhouse as a speaker specifically.
Amazing. And remember, of course, to follow us on Instagram, the Elliot and Jose Show, where, of course, also there you have access to resources. And to note from the Clubhouse shows that we do, as well as access to Confident and various resources. And, of course, in there you can actually book calls with me and Jose as well. So if you wanted another area to find it, the Elliot and Jose Show on Instagram. A few more tips. I think to become a powerhouse, you have to think of your whole package, right? You have to think of yourself as a whole package. You have to think of yourself as a brand. And you have to think of the whole assets that go with that for you to become that powerhouse, for you to stand out, for you to be more giraffe. So it is about having that package that allows you to be more. So if you're just, let's put it this way, I don't mean just in a derogative way, but if you're just a coach, or you're just a speaker, or you're just an author, or you're just a techie, or you're just whatever, then it's very hard to differentiate you. But when you have the whole package and you can display expertise, and you've got results and achievements and thought leadership pieces and the books and the articles and the online presence, and it doesn't have to be millions, by the way, that will again allow you to become that powerhouse. Now, of course, you need time, you need to be persistent, you need to be consistent, you need to keep doing it. Even when you go little likes, you get no likes, you think no one's viewing you. That's another thing to keep in mind when you are becoming a powerhouse. Get used to rejection, right? Rejection's never personal. Get used to being rejected. Learn to love the no's, because out of every 10 potential requests, you might get 9 no's, but one will be a 10. You might get 19 no's, but the one that matters will be a yes, right? So my point is, get used to rejection. Learn to love the no's. Get good at selling yourself. This is the other thing. You want to be a powerhouse, you need to learn to sell yourself, to sell your story, sell your brands, and who you are. Jose.
Powerful stuff, Elliot. And I would say create powerful content as well. Did you mention content in what you share? No.
Well, I talked about social media and blogging and things, but I didn't.
Well,
so this is good.
In this case, exactly. Start creating incredible content, powerful content, and you can do that via blogging, vlogging. So you can use YouTube, you can use social media, you can use your own blog, you can use the press, you can approach big publications with topics that are quite unique. Okay, and then people, they may take you up on that. And also there's paid press. There are different things. So basically what you want to do is build that authority. You believe you are, that's fantastic. You deliver with power, great. But the standing up point, if people don't see you, that visibility, then people won't benefit from what you've got to offer. So that's super important. People sometimes ask me when they come to me, wow, yeah, we found all of these things about you out there in social media, online, Google, etc., etc. Yes. And I usually like to say, fantastic. It finally worked after 3-4 years, for example. So the next point is be consistent and persistent. Work on it. Elliot has got incredible discipline when it comes to this by creating videos every Friday, doing his master classes every 2 weeks, then running his masterminds, and then taking care of himself, because it's about being a powerhouse as well. You take care of your body. Elliot is a great example. Right. I like to believe I am as well. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm Jose and I'm done speaking. I'm curious about you people. What are you taking away from this podcast today? What are you going to be doing differently in order to become a powerhouse, apart from getting in touch, from connecting, from sharing this information with people that you think can benefit, and joining us on the Elliot and Jose show as well? If you are on Clubhouse, DMing us, on social media, let's interact. I mean, we want to help.
Yeah, let's do it.
Exactly. Boom, boom, boom. Powerhouse.
Yeah, DM us. Send us your questions as well. Any questions we can answer for you. So the Elliot and Jose show on Instagram, send us the questions. And of course, if you want access to Jose's coffee, send him coffee. And you can also, of course, DM me on anything, but equally go to the website and do the influencer quiz. So, Jose, last thoughts before we wrap up this episode.
Take action. Whatever you learn, take action. Don't just take it as learning. Turn it into action. That's what I would say.
Love it. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm saying becoming a powerhouse is a process. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes dedication. Start loving the inches, start loving the millimeters, stop being in love with the meters. What do I mean by that? Progress happens slowly. Embrace the slowness, be patient, but keep going. Because one point you'll look back and you realize how far you've come. But if you're ever looking forwards and never acknowledging how far you come, it can be a dark and lonely road. Understand that no one's above you, no one's below you. Some people are ahead of you and some people are behind you. Do your best to pull people along and to catch up with those ahead of you. Be persistent, keep going, keep showing up, and always be the best version of yourself. We want to support you not only to be a great speaker, but to
speak your greatness.
Exactly. Till the next episode, we will see and hear you soon. Reach out to us, follow us, and speak soon. Bye.
You've been listening to the Public Speaking Experts Podcast with Elliot K. and Jose Ucar. Follow us on Instagram and join us next week for even more. Remember to always speak your greatness. Subscribe, rate, and comment.